3, 2, 1.
Ah! Dang! You were so off. Okay, 3, 2, 1. God. Thank you. Finally, you let me do the countdown, and it goes off without a hitch.
I always do it, and I always do a good job. The people who fuck up are those.
I'm editing, so I'm gonna actually show the townspeople how piss poor both of those claps were.
That's actually the first time that's ever happened. Me being the reason why the clap was bad.
I don't think so.
All the other
Twice
times,
in a row, so you're making up.
All the other times it's been you diva.
Wow, not a diva off.
And if it's a diva off, guess who's gonna win?
The diva, the true diva.
Neither of us, Mariah Carey.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so now you're a fan. Now Nick claims to be a Mariah Carey fan. I see. You became a lamb. You know, it's the name of her fans.
I still haven't listened to the song that you were singing the other day.
Name, like, one Mariah Carey that you know, can recall, and that you like.
Obsessed.
Good one. That was a good one. Very memeable too.
There was also my Tumblr. My Tumblr was called Obsessed With Me because of that song. It was called obsessedwithme.tumblr.com.
Not this one being like a legit Mariah connoisseur and like refuses to admit it on the pod just to appear cool to the kids.
No, I just thought it was really funny because you know, if you know the song, which I'm sure people do, she goes, "Why are you so obsessed with me?" And you know, I
want to know.
I have a big ego, especially in high school. I was like, everyone's obsessed with me. Everybody wants me. Everybody like wants to fuck me bad, but like,
Which is not the case.
No, it wasn't the case, but like that's how I felt. I was really in my diva energy, and so then I named my Tumblr that during my Tumblr era in high school, which was like really formative. It's still up and running. Like you could probably go find it.
I mean, Tumblr was a time. It was a fun time.
I got into Tumblr late.
It was like, you know, it was the Twitter porn before Twitter porn was a thing.
Okay, real quick. I'm
Pioneer Peru.
I'm Trailblazer Nick, and this is Pioneers and Trailblazers. So wait, speaking of Tumblr porn, okay, so in middle school, so there was this Tumblr account called, God, what was it called? I think it was called like onlygaypornvideos.tumblr.com.
Trash.
And they literally would post the full like HD video from like all these different porn studios. So like that was the first resource that I had at a young age to access the good shit, and like I trust and believe I would be favorited and like saving all. I had like a separate Tumblr account that was not my personal one that I used to like reblog and like save. I didn't even reblog anything. I just saved all the gay porn from that. Yeah. And then it got shut down.
Oh,
it got like deleted or whatever, and then like all of the videos lost to time. That was like the burning of the Library of Alexandria for me. I was like, no.
Do you recall like, or have you ever revisited to like the first porn you watched, or like revisited old, and then you're like, wait, it doesn't hit anymore?
Oh no, the very first one that I ever came to, like I had such a vivid memory because I would like jerk off but like never finish, like because like I would get to a certain point, I'm like, what is the point of this? I'm like, I just keep doing this for so long, like nothing's happening, and like I don't get it. And the first time I like jizzed, I was watching this video, and I still love this porn actor. His name is Adam Russo.
He's still right up your alley.
Oh, he's a daddy.
Wait, Adam Russo now makes like OnlyFans content with his boyfriend, doesn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it's like him and like a guy who looks like exponentially younger than him, but still like scruffy. You know that one guy that like looks great from. I mean, I don't want to read her ass, but like, let's just say he could get on finasteride for like the back of his head.
You know, and guess what? Maybe he tried. It doesn't work for everybody.
Oh yeah, which we did discuss 2 episodes ago. So anybody, this is not me throwing any shade, but
no, it was literally you throwing shade.
No, because he's the kind of person that like wears baseball caps a lot.
Well, that also, if you wear hats a lot, girl, that also contributes to hair loss.
Does it?
Yeah, girl, because it's like.
So maybe he should stop.
Yeah, well, that's why a lot of
Is it okay? Let's demystify something. Can we be honest for a second?
Sure.
And then we go back to Adam Russo.
Yeah.
Is it okay to pinpoint somebody's like hair loss or like, you know, like balding spot, receding hairline? Like, what is the is that an appropriate thing to
tell them?
No, not tell them. I'm saying like, is that an appropriate thing to like be like, oh, because we've talked about this at work sometimes, so like we've like made comments on like guys who like are walking around whatever, but like is that a fair point of just like whatever, you know, like to like shade somebody on, or like lower someone's like you know what I'm trying to say?
Are you asking if it's okay to make fun of somebody for having like a receding hairline? Because it sounds like that's what you're asking.
Well, fun is one thing. Two is to find them less attractive, I guess. I'm saying bald spots. Like a lot of guys have, like, you know, like back, like little, like, you know, like eagle's nest situation.
Sure.
You know, I mean, I'm of the school of that like some guys would just, it would look so much better if they just shaved their head and owned just, you know, being bald or having no hair. And like, I think we may have talked about this in private. Like, you think that like not everyone looks good with no hair, but I'm of the thought that like you will look much hotter if you just like shaved your hair than just held on to whatever hair you had.
I mean, there's levels to it. I think first and foremost, not everybody has the head shape for bald. I do think like my dad, he's balding. Like, he's been balding ever since like I was a kid.
Oh, mine bald.
Yeah. And so like, but like he still has hair around like the sides of his head and like the back of his head. It's like mostly all top. He has like a little thinning. It's like pretty thin on like the top of his head, but he just pretty much has like a buzz cut at all times. So it's like you can't really tell just because it's like so short or whatever. And
he made the decision to like shave it all the time, do buzz, because that's
and that works for him, and it like looks nice or whatever. And I think that works for some people. I think some people, there's levels to having it grow out where it becomes more noticeable the longer that your hair is, you know, because it showcases, you know, the areas in which the hair isn't growing versus like a buzz cut, you know, is a little bit more discreet, but you can still see like the patches and things. I don't think it depends on how it's styled, the person's style. Also, I don't know. I've fucked with plenty of men who are balding and like had like still like kept, you know, parts of their hair and didn't.
Yeah. And I think it's also like a lot of the people, especially like you can tell it's like straight, like cis men or whatever, who like, you can tell when someone's like paying attention to like their entire appearance, right? They're like dressing nicely, or they can, you know, you can tell they smell good, they look fresh, well dressed, quote unquote, to whatever their style may be. And there are other people who like their unkeptness of their vibe and their look ties along to like, well, not only does he look sloppy, but he's got that fucking, you know, like hair situation, you know, and you're like, okay, well, you're not even like doing a good job at doing upkeeping your other
that's just
areas.
Like a matter of taste.
Yeah. And that's also to say that like, if we're gonna be frank about masculinity, like men and hair have such an attachment to like what it is considered to be like a man, and like to be virile and to be, you know, like, you know,
okay, big word,
of course. But you know what I mean? And so sometimes I always wonder, it's just like, well, you know, and you know what they tell you? You inherit your hair. You inherit it from your maternal grandparent. So like my mom's grandpa had plenty of hair. My dad is Miss Baltina, full on Eagle's Nest Tina. My dad.
Mama, I was getting fucked on both ends, both sides of my family, bald as hell.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And my mom was trying to be fucking like sassy bitch, and I was like, bitch? Because she was like, oh yeah, look, you know, like your hair, you don't want to suffer your dad. And I was like, wait, like what's going on? So like I'm looking at myself in the mirror, and I'm like, do I already have a receding hairline? But then also I'm like, am I that? I'm like, I don't know. Hair is such an interesting thing for men. That's all I have to say, really, I guess, on that topic.
Well, yeah, and that's the reason why I'm on finasteride, obviously.
And seeing you're so open about it, that like...
Well, because I don't think it's... I mean, it's...
That's what I mean. So, like, if I have my close girly here being so open about, like, oh, you know, like, I feel like I've seen some hair loss on my head and my scalp. And you're like, I'm going to get on finasteride because I want to fix that. Or I want to see if there's a solution for it. But I don't think that, like, you not addressing it would make me see you any less.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like, if you... First of all, I never noticed that you had really hair loss until you mentioned it. And then you're like, okay, well, here's the area. And I'm like, well, I guess if you point at it. But, like, I would always just think that's just how your hair is. Just, like...
Oh, sure. Well, and that's why, I mean, I'm also just a very anxious person to begin with. And so, like, I would have moments in college when I was, like, 20. And I'd be, like, in the bathroom looking at myself. And I'd be, like... mind you, full head of hair, like whatever, and I'd be like, I'm losing all my hair, and so I'm just like, I'm constantly, and also I've never had my hair this long before, so I think anytime I would have fallout in the shower and stuff, I'm like, is this a normal amount? Like, is this how much I'm supposed to be coming out of my head normally? Because I wouldn't know.
Right, because also youth, you know, wow, it's like youth means hair, means having lots of it. If you're losing hair, if you're like have like a spot,
Means
it's
you're
like, it means you're
old.
It's like, come on.
I literally, speaking of this aging thing, I saw a video.
Which I would have no idea about.
And then we'll get back to Adam Russo,
Adam Russo.
and my first jizz.
And also, please comment like what your relationship with your hair is, if you're a male or a male presenting, whatever.
Or I mean, women
or
also
too.
experience hair loss. It's not just one gender.
Well, I guess it's just different. It's not as attached. Women and the length of their hair is much more of a situation than just having hair in general. You know,
I mean, it depends on the person for sure. Wait, what did I say? What were we talking about?
Speaking of aging.
Oh. I saw a video today posted on TikTok of this girl who was like, she's like a Stanley Cup girly. So, so you know the vibe?
White, I'm assuming.
Yes, a white woman.
White
and
woman.
she had this straw in her Stanley Cup that was not like a normal straw. It was like, it goes up and it kind of looks like a bendy straw, or like a, you know, like a fun one, but it goes up and then like straight across to the side, like it looks like kind of like an
90
L,
degree,
like a 90-degree angle sort of. And she was like, everyone asks me about like what kind of straw, like I don't see anyone using this kind of straw, and she's like, let me show you how it works. And so then she like puts her mouth and she's like, there's a hole right here in the center of like where the straw bends at 90 degrees, it like whatever, it's in the middle. And she goes, you just go and you go. She's like, so you're not pursing your lips so you don't get wrinkles around your mouth. And she's like, I'm just constantly aware of like all of the facial movements that I'm making.
I'm like ordering it right now. She's like, bendy straw. She's
like, I don't raise my eyebrows. She's like, I don't purse my lips. She's like, maybe it's because I like went to like aesthetic school or something. I think she was like with an esthetician or something or whatever. But she was just like, yeah, so you don't get wrinkles around your mouth. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, what? First of all, the fact that there's people are getting a specific straw so they don't get wrinkles around their mouth, which is a natural thing, girl. Everybody be sucking a straw. And also,
it's so you suck dick.
I'm like, what do you do? What do you do if you suck dick, girl?
I guess everyone pro tip: if you don't want fucking wrinkles around your mouth, then stop sucking dick.
You have to eat it from the
this.
side. No. Okay, for the visual learners, if you're looking, I'm turning my mic to the side and I'm going like. And honestly, I do suck like that sometimes to add some variety. And
no, but that's the sexy part when you're doing it as a surprise. You're just like, you know, you pull the dick out and then you just like lick it.
No, but now I'm just
like
gonna be doing like licking it from the side. I'm just gonna be going.
No, you're gonna get on your knees and then you're gonna go like.
And then I'll be like, wait, sorry. And then he's gonna try to put it in my mouth. I'm like, oh, sorry, I don't want wrinkles around my mouth. Please, sorry. No. Okay, can you give me a second?
Just make sure. Actually, we're gonna be sucking dicks like this from now. I'm gonna be like, so I'm just gonna open my mouth like this, and you just stick it in and out like.
No, yeah, I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna leave my tongue out so you you get that sensation. It's like it's like they're testing for strep throat.
Yeah,
it's like and he's just
that's
going.
A rep
no, and then he's just like face fucking, and he's just like he's not into it.
Which, by the way, I recently did.
But okay, wait. Okay, so anyway, so that was crazy. But back to Adam Russo.
Anyway, so yeah, great. Everyone, love yourself.
Yeah, love yourself, girl. You're beautiful. Wrinkles. I love wrinkles. I can't wait.
Oh, I think wrinkles are sexy, but I haven't. Now we can't get off this topic because I really have to assess that too now, wrinkles, because I feel like wrinkles, it is a true testament to how well you live your life, because like people that have crow's feet or like big smile wrinkles, you know, it means that they love to fucking smile, they'll love to laugh,
yeah.
And like, you know, but at the same time, like, do I use anti-aging moisturizers every single day? Yes, I've been lotioning my body, Nick, and I've told you this. I've been lotioning my body, townspeople, since I was like 9 years old.
Yeah.
Because gay, but two, because I saw my sisters and my mom doing it. So like since I was little, I saw my sisters and my mom literally do all of the lotions for the face.
But also, it's like if you don't lotion your body, like, you know, there are noticeable differences.
I understand, Nick, but let me tell you, if we were to ask like 10 gay men that we know, like our you know, friends of the pod girlies,
you don't think they moisturize?
I don't think everyone lotions their entire body the way that I do. Do you?
Yeah, girl.
Every day we get out of the shower, right?
Yes.
So
you want to know what I do?
Let's go. Okay, let's go through like a routine. Okay, routine. Wait, and no. Then Adam Russo.
So on my face, how I do my face is like before bed, like I'll wash my face or whatever. So like if I take a shower, I'll wash my face, and then I have aloe vera, and then I cover my face in aloe vera because it dries very quickly, but it's also very moisturizing, obviously for the skin. I just get like the after sun gel with like no dye and anything or anything. It's just like the pure aloe vera. I just get like a big pump of it, and I do that on my face and neck, and then I will sunscreen, obviously, because sunscreen is so
Very
important
for anti-aging.
Yeah, Miss Anne Hathaway, big supporter of the sunscreen.
She's like SPF thing.
Oh, and she's been walking around. I've seen so many photos of her walking around with a big ass umbrella on a sunny day, just to block the sun. Anyway, so just be careful of the sun. So I do that, and then that's like, and then I get out of the shower, and then what I have been doing is I cover my whole body in aloe vera, and then I get my lotion, and then I lotion after, so I'm extra smooth and soft. And then for the evenings before I go to bed, my skincare routine: wash my face, obviously, with my cleanser and everything. I do the layer of aloe vera, and then I slug. Do slugging?
Like wrap yourself?
No. So it's a Korean skincare like beauty technique.
Did you wrap your face?
Well, no. It's you just get like Vaseline, Aquaphor, any sort of like kind of thicker.
Yeah, but then like, literally let it sit. Like just wrap it on your face. No.
Well, you just like put it on your face. You don't wrap your face.
Oh well, the true girlies. My friend. My friend, I won't say it because I know one person who knows this person, but we're not friends anymore. Anyway, she would do what I don't know if it's known as slugging, but she would wrap her entire head. She would like let all the fucking like moisturizer.
How would she breathe?
Well, I don't know, girl, but she would like I guess let like a space for it, but she would like wrap her face.
That's too much. And
also Korean people don't sleep on mattresses like we do. A lot of Korean people just sleep on like a wood. That's the bed is just like a wood surface, and that's what she would like sleep on that and then wrap her fucking face.
Oh, I don't wrap my face. I just cover my face in Aquaphor, a nice little layer. It looks really shiny and oily and kind of gross, but I wake up to the next morning with the softest skin I've ever had in my life. And then there was one time where I was having a hookup, and with like literally the hottest guy of my life, and he was like, before he like leaned in to kiss me, he like looked at my face and he's like, "You have really good skin." And I literally was like, "Thank you." I was like slugging.
I know. I am the skincare standard for my job. Everyone always compliments. Well, the first thing they compliment me on my workplace is for my style.
Me too.
Followed by my skin. And then my radiant personality.
Yeah, and then they also tell me that I have a fat ass. So.
Well, yeah, this is like staff telling Nick that. I'm talking about strangers who come in by the hundreds to work.
Strangers also come up to me to tell me I have a fat ass.
Which strangers? Ants?
A lot of them.
There's no strangers in your office, quote unquote.
There's lots of people on the street. They stop me and they go, "Oh my god, your ass is fat," and I'm like, "Thank you."
Well, yes, I would say SPF is the most important thing. If you don't have a skincare routine and you want to add something that's easy and non-fussy and understandable to everybody, is add SPF to your skincare routine. Just apply SPF to your face. Clover, she's Clover's back, and we understand, but you're being really needy right now. We're gonna have to kick you out. I'm so sorry.
She's learning about the skincare.
No, is that why you've been licking yourself the entire day? No, come on, let's go.
Wow, we're kicking her out.
Yeah.
Bad parent. We're calling Child Protective Services.
Pet Protective Services.
Well, no, that's your child.
PCS.
That's your child.
Anyway, moisturizer, then a toner, masks for evening after you wash your face. Please, everyone, wash your face, because if you're like like most people know that you take your shoes off when you go home. Like, you don't want to wear your like shoes inside the house. Yeah. Think of it that way. If you don't want your shoes like getting on your floor, you don't want your face to stay dirty from like everything it saw throughout the day. I also all the cum, the pubes, the dick that went into your fucking face.
Also, I cycle through my pillowcases frequently.
Well, but the pillowcase thing's a contended subject. Because I feel like it's in the same spirit that people don't like to lay on their outside clothes in their bed. It's like, well, I'm a morning person. Shower. I don't shower before bed.
I shower at night.
Yeah, so I'm awake. I can't start my day if I don't shower in the morning. Like in the morning is when I that's how I start my day. But like you think like you sweat throughout the evening. Like your face also sweats. Like your stuff will get dirty even if you shower at night. Your bed sheets and your like your pillowcases, everything still gets dirty even if you wash yourself at night.
But I like to feel clean when I go to bed. But I switch out the pillowcases. Like I use like pretty much like each side once, and then I'm done with it.
That's a lot.
I know. I need to like be a little bit better because it's like I mean I have a lot of pillowcases, but
yeah, you're not preserving water. I'll tell you that much.
Well, no, I actually am because I have a bunch of pillowcases, and then I do my laundry like once a month. So we're not really doing much for the environment there. But what I'm saying is I do notice a difference because there are some times where I do postpone doing laundry and I only have like one pillowcase left. So I'm like, I guess we're gonna ride this one out for a couple of days, and then I'll notice breakouts if
like same. Well, maybe it's because you've gotten your skin used to that. You know, it's like you're also training your skin and your body. It's like, oh, your body's just used to one thing, and if you switch it up, I have sensitive skin in specific ways.
Well, I have a sensitive skin too, but also like I sleep on my stomach, which means like I sleep on my face. So like your oils.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, the oils in your face, mama, they soak into that pillowcase.
No, that's also like an anti-wrinkle prevention. You shouldn't be sleeping on your face. You should be sleeping with your face up. You know,
I'm
like
sorry. Do you sleep in bed like this?
You know how the geisha slept?
How?
That's how they slept. And they would train the geishas.
Is that how you sleep?
Well, I try to. I don't like to have my face touch my pillows much. Like, I wanna be like this. Or if I'm on the side, which I do a lot, I make sure that I have like my hand over here so it doesn't touch the pillow. So like then I feel like, you know, like that's less stuff touching my face, and like it's just resting.
Well, see, that's why I slug, so it's fine because there's a layer of protective barrier.
That's why you slug.
Yeah, but also how I sleep on my stomach, but like kind of like my body turned a certain way, and then I put a pillow in between my thighs.
Oh my god, if you don't put a pillow between your thighs, people, what are you doing? Because that's actually what pregnant women do, because it keeps your spine aligned. You're actually supposed to put something in between your fucking like thighs.
No, and I like
also because we're lonely.
Well, that too, because like what I've learned is like by sleeping with other people in bed, like I love like
to cuddle,
and like the feeling of like having something like my arm, either I have like my arm around a pillow to like.
Wait, you're a big spoon?
Well, like I'm Verse Spoon.
Not Big Spoon reveal.
Because there are times, you know, I do both. I love to do both. I like to hold.
I mean, that's to say, you know, he hasn't spooned anybody in decades, but
it's actually been a couple of months since I've shared a bed with someone and spent the night. But I do enjoy the doing both. I do enjoy doing both because I like holding on to something.
Anytime I've had a boyfriend and I've slept with them, like I'm always little spoon, but then you know, because eventually you will want to separate. Like I can sleep for a little bit, but then I have to like have my own space. You know, I can't sleep throughout the entire night.
Oh, I can.
I only done it a couple times with like a boyfriend that I guess I was like, well, it depends. But I will do like is I will interlace my leg with him.
Oh, I like that.
Because then again, I want to make sure my face is.
I like it when the other person's like on like laying on their back and like they're kind of just like spread out, and then I have like my arm wrapped around like their torso.
Yes,
that's my favorite.
I love that one.
Because then I can like snuggle up or whatever, and then they have like their arm around me, and like that's very like nice and sweet.
And it still feels comfortable.
It's very comfortable. Yeah. I like doing that. But yeah.
And I also like love doing that. Like, and then the first thing I do when I wake up and like I'm like, you know, like sleeping or laying on someone's chest, the first thing I do, my hand goes down to the dick. I'm like. It's just like a reflex. It's just like, oh, dick. Like I always, like I'm like stroking their chest, whatever, and then I just go down and like stroke the cock. Always, just to make sure it's there. Make sure it's my property.
Well, it's still there.
It's there. Just
it's not going anywhere.
Because you know, you just want to make sure that that's also being taken care of. Because you also have to pet the dick, pet the cock. Tell them about it. We gotta pet the cock.
Okay.
Oh my god, that makes me really. And it's so crazy because now it's spring, summer. You know, we were talking about cuffing season a few months ago. Well, cuffing season is officially over.
It's going to be horse season.
It's going to be horse season. Meanwhile, all of us are still going to be going through horse meat disco, just like looking for somebody to cuddle, and everyone's just on Molly and getting pounded out.
I will not be going, but
yeah, of course you will not.
I have not been and will not go, but that sounds fun for you.
No, and you know, I mean, Alex, front of the pod,
Alex,
who we have discussed already. I've already told them we went to the opera on Monday.
Did you tell them about the screenshot that I sent you?
I told them. I told him about it. I didn't show it to him. I did tell him, and he was like, "LOL," and I was like, "Okay, great." Like, what a bummer response. He's just like, "I'm used to being the most woofed."
Because for context, our friend of the pod, Alex, I was on Scruff the other day, and there's a little section where it shows you like the most woofed and viewed profiles, like basically the people who are like the hottest at the current moment. And who do I see but our good sister in the little corner in her little profile photo? And I immediately took a screenshot of it, and I was like, ah.
And, you know, we have gotten townspeople suggestions and comments. Like, I know quite a few of you have suggested one of two things. Having a friend of the pod come do an appearance and, you know, just like chat with us for a little bit as part of the town hall. Or a few have suggested actually like opening up like a Google version or Google style like a phone line so they can actually voice record their suggestions. So maybe that can be the poll that we do for Spotify this week. Thanks for anyone who participated in last week's poll, by the way. Most of you said that it doesn't make a difference on which apartment we record, which is why we're back at my place. So thank you so much.
Right.
Well, that's what the poll said, and we're listening to the town.
Right.
Some visual learners did make some comments.
They did.
And shout out to all of the visual learners because they started a little thread on the comments from all of the townspeople from Spain.
Oh.
So I guess our Spanish townspeople agree that Nick's wall is more
cuter.
visually stimulating, but that's just the Spanish market.
Well, listen, girl. When you're tapped in, now I know that the people of Spain, they're my market.
Have spoken, and
they love my vibe.
Well, they just said it's a simple wall.
Simple,
cutely decorated,
but yet tasteful.
And then they were like, well, Peru's background is just like, there's a wall, the bed, another wall, a door.
See, when you have taste.
No, but that's just, it's actually a big statement to my personality because it's just like my room. There's things everywhere and you don't know what to focus on. But ultimately, you can focus on me. Anyway,
but how can they when there's so much going on?
Because I am the main star.
Sure.
And so I guess we can make a poll as far as like if we were to do in the next couple of weeks, because we want to do something special soon, like within this month. Would you rather us like open up like a little like phone number situation that you can submit like an anonymous like town's suggestion, or would you rather have us just feature somebody on the pod? So if we were to say you get a choice this month of what the majority of the townspeople want, would you rather do A or B? We'll put it in there, and then whatever gets the most votes, we can work on that and do it for this month. By the end of April, we can do that. Cool?
Or maybe beginning of May, depending on what the thing is.
Yeah, I mean, we have like two to three episodes left on this month, so I think we can make it happen.
Well, we have 2 this month.
With 2 left on this month?
Yeah, because this is
all right,
the
so we'll
week
see.
of
Depending
April.
on what it is, within 2 to 3 weeks, we can make that happen for you all.
Well, because we'll talk off the pod because there's logistical things that we would need to work out.
But I will, and you know what? For Nick, it's always about the logisticals. But at the end of the day, I'm always the one just pulling through and reminding her to do things. Anyway,
right. But I think about everything. I think big picture.
You think big picture, like you coming up to a meeting to do emails and then being like, oh my god, let me just tell you 5 million things. I don't have the charger for my computer. My computer's dead. Yeah.
Also, how are 2 people supposed to write an email off of 2 different computers?
No, but we could just like work on different emails together. You know, you know what?
And
you know what?
You're coming for me.
You could fucking.
No, what are you gonna say? What are you gonna say?
I don't know what you're gonna say. Let's go about.
No, I said, oh, she's coming for me.
Can you please let's go into Adam Russo?
Oh yeah, so Miss Adam Russo the first
The
time.
title of the episode could be Adam Russo, and we never talk about him.
Girl, I want him to fuck me so bad.
He's fine. He has like manageable dick, which is a plus for like a porn star.
So the very first video that I ever saw that I came fully to was
fully. How do you come partly?
Well, I had never come before then. Oh. So because you know what I would do? I'd watch porn like they were movies. Like I would literally like set it up on like my little tablet.
My friend Kevin watches porn for the plot.
That's crazy.
You know
what plot?
You know, like those are like men.com like full on features that they actually put a lot of labor and effort. I'm sure love. And
actually, there actually is a porn studio. I think they're called like Disruptive Films or something. They do have like they do real acting in that.
Oh, you don't know, girl. Let's discuss this.
It's giving. Oh, I took a Meisner class.
Oh, and then we go into Adam Russo once again. So
because he's also featured in some of those videos.
So sorry, Miss Russo. We're gonna get to you. We promise. But do you know Noel Alejandro?
I saw an image.
Spanish townspeople who are queer. Maybe you know this. Noel Alejandro. You have never, because he's a producer.
Oh.
what he does.
A porn producer?
But the thing is, like, he does adult erotic short films and films. Meaning, like, think of, like, A24, like, cinematic. Like, he does that kind of stuff and then adds, like, sex into it. So he's doing, like, adult erotic films. No, I mean, of course there is sex in them, but it's not, like, as gratuitous as, like, actual porn is. It's much more cinematic. I'm gonna send you some links to some of his short, and for a lot of it you have to pay, but it makes sense because it's very artistically done. And a lot of my one of my favorite Spaniard artists who, like, makes, like, paintings and shirts and like ceramics, his name is Cachorro Lozano, which any Spanish people, again, I'm trying to get you all on my side, Spanish people. I'm trying to get you on my side because I actually consume Spain content.
They say we don't give a fuck.
Whatever.
We love
he has been a feature in one of the short films, and the short film that he did was about a couple in which one of them was HIV positive, and it was like this whole, like, indie, like, erotic short film about, like, his lover had, like, died already or something.
Oh my god!
But like, that's what I'm saying. Like, these things.
I don't know if I jerk off to that.
No, I mean, you watch, but then, like, it's like such, like, a real connection with these men, and they talk about, like, there's one where it's a ghost. You know, like, a ghost in the attic.
He's fucking a ghost.
He's fucking a ghost. And then, like, next thing you know, like, they're, like, you know, like, sucking, and then there's, like, oh, and then the fucking, and you're like, wait, hold on, what's happening?
No, that's crazy. Yeah. No, I used to. So when I was, like, a tween, like, I was like, maybe I was, like, when I was, like, 12 or 13. When I first discovered porn, I talked about it a couple of episodes back. I thought the dicks were fake. And then I started watching it and was, like, more intrigued. And so then I would find porn and I would watch it all the way through. I'd, like, be in, like, it would be, like, it was over the summer that it would happen. But I had, like, a little, like, tablet, and I would pull up, like, the porn websites and I'd watch it straight through. And I obviously would get horny, but I wouldn't, like, touch myself.
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, it felt weird to me because I'd never done it before. And I also, like, didn't really know. Like, I'd seen, obviously, guys jerking themselves off in these porns and, like, coming or whatever. But I just was like, there was, like, one time where I thought I did come, but, like, because I, like, felt whatever, but I think it was just some so then anyway, I found this video called Seducing Uncle Adam, which is Mr. Adam Russo. And leading actor. No, literally. And so it was him, and they're in this, like, it's low budget. It's, like, very, it's like very, like 2011, 2012, like, indie, not, like, even indie, but, like, porn. And they were, like, in a cheap ass hotel room, but he's, like, wearing this, like, he's, like, wearing, like, basically,
but there was artistic intention.
I don't know if artistic is the right word, but, like, he's, like, wearing, like, an ill-fitting suit, and, like, and then there's, like, this twink whatever that's, like, coming to, like, talk to his, like, uncle. I can't remember what, like, the whole plot is because it's, like, very, like, minimal, but it was so hot because he's, like, he's bald. He's a bald man, and he's got, like, a hairy body though, but, like, this was when he was, like, I think probably, like, in his 30s, like, or early 40s, like, he was, like, and so he's much more, like, bigger, like, he's not bigger, but, like, more muscular, and, like,
he wasn't as daddy. Maybe he was giving more, like, daddy to be vibes.
Yeah, he was giving like professional daddy, like, you know, like, young daddy. Now he's kind of giving, like, grandpa daddy, which is, like, still very much for me, but, like, at the time it was really hot. And so then it's, like, literally, like, it was such a hot video, and he was, like, basically really dom and was, like, suck it, and was, like, doing all these things, and I was like, ah! And then I remember jerking off to it, and then all of a sudden the next thing I know, I'm like, what is this feeling? And then I'm like, ah, ah! And then I came, and I literally was like, oh my god, I was literally, like, gobsmacked. I literally was just, like, staring, like, because it, like, I, like, was in the bathroom when I did it in the bathroom, and it, like, went on the floor, and I literally just, like, sat there and, like, looked at it, and I was like, yeah, what just happened? I was like, that's crazy. And then ever since then I was obsessed with him, and so I'm a huge fan, and his dick is nice, and he's, like, he likes the Twinkies.
Yeah, well, now he's just doing OnlyFans stuff mostly.
Oh, and Trust and Believe I watch. He does,
yeah, with his partner, his husband, I think.
I think he does have, like, a husband or, like, a partner, but
he always does stuff with him. I'm assuming they're fucking together.
Yeah, but he does some collabs with Lance Charger, who I've mentioned before on the pod, who's also kind of like daddy grandpa.
It's just yeah.
Those two, oh my god, my dream is Eiffel Tower, those two. like that.
Interesting.
That, girls and gays, let's make it happen.
The
Please
only
and thank you. I want that to happen.
next year for next birthday, please.
No, there's this
contact. Imagine I surprise you and I actually like pay.
You hire them to escort.
You'd probably be like, Peru, I'm not doing
I'd
that.
be like, refund, like
get your money back.
Get your money back.
I'd be like, well, I guess someone's gonna get fucked by Adam Russo.
No, and
like,
you're the whole time you're like, ew, I'm not into it.
No, I mean, I've seen. The only times I like Miss Russo's content is when it feels like grimy, you know, when he's sitting in a hotel or like a, you know, in a bed with like a dirty bed sheet. You know, that's the only time I like his content. I don't like his like scripted content. Not my favorite. Sorry, Miss Russo.
The scripted content I was into and I have been into.
No, but as far as my I do remember my first few porn videos, but I don't want to say
which ones.
Which one?
Why?
I don't. You know, I'm not saying that they may not be relevant now, or like
you watched them on a VHS.
No, I do remember the very. Well, I mean, okay, I will say it. Okay, whatever. But the very first porn I watched, and I've talked about this like 10 episodes ago. It was my friend Cesar, and you know, that was the first porn that I saw on TV. Now, my cousin Andres, he did have a he's older, first and foremost, okay, before you come for me.
How much older?
He is by a few years, and he did his, and when we visited his parents, he did show me a straight porn on VHS, and I remember he was like trying to show it to me. He was like, aren't you turned on? And I was like, and I wasn't.
You're like, yeah, I love boobs.
Yeah, but I do remember like seeing the dick. Anyway, the first porn I saw was on, you know, I downloaded it from LimeWire. It was a download from the internet, which did crash and burn my computer. But it was Brent Corrigan.
Not the killer.
He's not the alleged killer. Okay,
Mama.
Miss Cobra. There is a film about it.
Yeah.
Miss Corrigan, who was also, by the way, basically like underage. I guess by willingly lying about his age to be on porn. We can talk about this, really. We didn't do anything wrong. This is part of the pop culture and the gay landscape. But Miss Corrigan did famously start porns claiming they were 18 when he wasn't. He was 17 making porn. And that is just a fact. We're not being titillating here. You know,
that is the truth.
That is the truth that happened. This is all out. The records are out. You can find them in the LA County system. Anyway, well, I guess it is weird talking about the porn that he did because, you know, it's like, oh yeah, I guess you were 17 when you were doing that. But I do not know what age he was when he did.
Also, what age were you when you were watching?
I was, well, of course, I was fucking like 13,
right?
14.
Okay.
So like all of us, we can talk about watching porn because that's how it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why we're so like scared about talking about that, but I mean, everyone's young when you're fucking like discovering your fucking body, okay? And you know what?
And I'm sorry, there's a town person who's 35 years old and has never seen porn, and they're like, wow, how dare you? I haven't played with my body. I haven't discovered my body.
Do it at your own pace, but you know, like, I guess, you know, all of us, it's okay for you to be young and discovering your body. There's nothing wrong with sexuality. Anyway, so I was watching, and it was Brent Corrigan, and he was getting pounded out by like these two guys, and then I remember just being like, I revisited that video not like a year ago, or like maybe a little under a year ago, and that guy who topped him still has a big dick. Because, you know, in context, you're like, what's a big dick? Like, that looks like it's I was like, wait. And the whole scenario was like, he was in a hotel, he was like in a robe, and he got room service, and like he couldn't pay for the room service.
It's always room service.
Oh, girl.
And it's always, so then how are you gonna pay?
Like, I have an idea. Next thing you know, like the dick's fully out, and then
it's always at our pizza delivery.
And like, the thing with Miss Corrigan is like he would get like red when he would get pounded out, like his body would just get reddish.
That's me.
And that's you full on tomato. And I just thought that was really like cute and sexy, that I was like, oh my god, like he's so sensitive like me, you know, like I always saw myself in him, you know. Next thing you know, Miss Corrigan is a full-on muscle hunk now, because Miss Corrigan started as a twink.
Is he not in jail?
No, he's out.
Oh, okay.
No, you never knew about the case. You never saw the movie.
I watched the movie, but I watched it in high school and I don't remember what happened.
Yeah, he was never arrested for it for any.
Oh, it's all alleged.
It's all alleged, girl.
Oh.
So speaking of alleged, Miss O.J. Simpson died today. I guess rest in peace.
No, not rest in peace, girl. Rest in piss.
Nature maker, bitch. Yeah, you fucking killed those people. So sorry. Anyway,
my God.
So now you should look at Miss Corrigan. Because let me tell you, you can say all you want or think that he's the killer. look at his new. Because he was dating JJ Knight, who's also a porn star.
Oh, he has a big dick.
And Miss JJ Knight has a dick that isn't only like nice and thick, but it also curves. So like it's great branding for Miss. Are you looking him up?
I'm looking him up right now.
Yeah, look it up.
Okay, keep talking.
Well, I want to get your live reaction on what Miss Brent Corrigan looks now. But type in Brent Corrigan top. And then like you'll see like what his body looks like now. He's one of the few that made the fucking ascension, I guess, from Twinkie power bottom to like top. Very interesting trajectory.
Wait, this one? Him?
That's him.
Oh,
that's him.
Oh,
can you believe?
Yeah, I actually can kind of believe. Hunk Daddy. Hunk Daddy Brent Corrigan greeted by twink ass and dick sucking.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's not daddy, though.
But, honey, in fucking gay terms, 35 is daddy.
That is not daddy. He looks just like a 35-year-old jock dude.
That's what they call daddies nowadays.
No,
honey.
That's not a daddy.
Honey, daddy is just a vibe, okay? Daddy is a vibe and it's an essence, okay? You can be daddy.
I'm not getting daddy from the images that I'm seeing. Maybe if I watched the film, I would change my mind.
There's this one porn where like Brent Corrigan is like he's like literally doing like a TED talk or like a master class to other two like up and coming wannabe porn actors, and he's teaching them how to bottom and how to top.
While he's fucking them?
And he then like fucks, but then like as he's going through it, he's like giving in tips and tricks on like how to do it. It is the fucking funniest thing, but also like kind of fucking hot in a fucking weird way. He's just like, okay, so like the way you want to go is you don't want to block the camera, and like there's like two of them, and he's like, okay, so you first. And then like he's like fucking him. He's like, so see how I'm doing it this way. And then and then at the end like he fucks. They all fuck all together. He's
educating the children.
But he's educating the kids. And honestly, for a like alleged killer, he's making his due diligence and like teaching the kids.
Good for him. He's paying it forward.
Community service.
Oh yeah.
Community service. Possible title of that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so that was my first one, and that literally shut down my computer and it crashed and burned it.
That's crazy. So two things. One, this kind of coincides with like my town hall just like a little bit, but
Girl,
I saw.
we're 42 minutes.
I saw a porn star on the street on Monday.
Which one?
A controversial one.
Oh my god, hold that thought again. Anyone? You should. Okay, wait, go ahead.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say JJ and I and Brent Corrigan do have like a reality TV porn series where like they like record themselves like in love on vacation.
Oh, a lot of the couples do that on OnlyFans, and it's like
trend alert.
No, a lot of them I've been seeing they do like the first half of the video. It's like a 40-minute video, and the first like 15 minutes is just like them vlogging YouTube style our day, like whatever, and then it cuts to them like fucking.
Oh my god, we love. So you know what? OnlyFans creators be going on vacation with their boyfriends, for like the 2 months that they're together, and then like they go on vacation and they record themselves fucking.
No, 100%, and good for them.
And, love and sex can coincide. And OnlyFans creators, thank you for that.
No, thank you. So I worked until 4 on Monday, and then my writing group did not meet. I was the only one that submitted pages. I was like, okay, I guess we're not meeting today. So I was like, what am I going to do? I was really horny, which if you've been listening, I've been really unhorny for the past couple of weeks. And now I'm just slowly I think it's with the change of weather and like.
Weeks, honey, it's been since November.
No, February.
Oh.
Last time I had sex.
Oh, yeah.
So like. I think it's like the change of the weather was really nice, like over the weekend, and like all these different things, and I'm like, I've been really feeling myself. Like I like look at myself in the mirror, and like I'm like, oh damn, I look good. I took some pictures of myself today after the gym in a jock strap, and I was like, wait. Someone messaged me on Grindr earlier today that told me that my body was tea, and I literally, when I took that photo of myself in the jock strap, I was like, body is tea, honey.
Oh my god, body is tea. And also, I didn't even tell. I'm gonna post this, so I'm gonna make it one of my posts on my social. But fucking somebody DM'd me on Grindr. It was like, oh my god, you're so fucking hot and cute. Also, you look rich. And then I responded, I was like, well, have I got news for you?
You were like, I am not hot, I'm not cute, and we are certainly not rich.
Listen, I'm rich in looks.
Yeah, you're rich in love and friendship and ambition, you know, and I think those are really important. So anyway, so my group didn't meet, my writing group, so I like
we gotta stop reading them to Phil.
no I'm not reading them. And so I'm
clipping this for socials.
I then decided to go on a little like a hot girl walk. I was like, I wanted it to line up
as a lot of our townspeople love to do hot girl walks.
I was inspired by the townspeople, and so I had made plans with this guy that I had sex with back in February. He was like, oh, like, what time do you work till? I told him, and he was like, okay, I should be free around then, like, hit me up when you're done. I said, great. So I finished up work, I hit him up, he wasn't online, he hadn't been online for like a couple of hours. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go on a walk, I'm gonna enjoy the beautiful day, the weather, I'm gonna walk along the West Side Highway. You know, it wasn't that busy out, it was like the day of the eclipse, you know, so it was like the eclipse was over.
Happy eclipse.
Well, the eclipse was over, like it had already happened, and like everyone pretty much like came outside for those like 15 minutes and then like left and like went back indoors.
I have to interrupt you, Nick, because I have to tell you, townspeople, I know you don't ever hear much from Nick. He never really posts much online. He's just like has this pretense that he just doesn't want to post too much because he's too cool. The only time in my friendship with Nick that he ever posted a collage of multiple media on his stories was not for the pod, was not for his career. It was for him, a fucking photo of him for the eclipse and his like stupid little glasses with coworkers standing outside. So there is room. There is an inclination for you to post content online, but I guess it's not for the things that matter. It's for the fucking eclipse.
I think that's beautiful. It's the beauty of the solar system and the universe that we live in. I was really just appreciating that, and to think, wow, we are so small and the universe is so large. That's crazy. Let me commemorate this moment that only happens once every how many fucking years. Thank you. So everyone was like indoors, and so it wasn't that busy outside. So I like went on a walk. It was gorgeous outside. I was just like listening to music, taking everything. I called Peru. We had a long conversation on my walk, and then I was like scrolling through Grindr and like reloading it and trying to get that shit. You know, I was like, if this guy isn't gonna respond to me, I was like, well, maybe I'll get dick from somebody else, because I kept my douche on me. I was like, we're prepared, so I can go over and we can just go clear her out. And then I got up to like 45th Street or something, and like 11th Avenue or something, and so there's like a little park up around there. So I sat down, I had 2 joints, one that was like literally like maybe 3 hits off of it that I like had to finish, and then a full one. So I was like, let me just smoke this little like baby one. So I smoke it a little bit, and I'm waiting for dick. Nothing's coming, like nobody's hitting me up. Like I was like, where the fuck is everybody? Like, what's going on? The sun is slowly starting to kind of set, and like it's getting chilly and cold, and I was like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna start walking home, or not walking home, but walking back towards the train. So then like at where I normally get on by work, because I was like, oh, it's still a beautiful day, maybe this guy will respond to me finally. I'm like walking back downtown, figuring out what I want to do for food. I walk past I see a Blick art materials store, and I was like, oh, I need to stop in there. I've been meaning to go for a couple of days because I wanted to get new pens. As I'm about to cross the street, there is a man who is waiting to cross literally right next to me, but in the opposite direction. And he looked so familiar. And I was like, are you aware of a porn star named Aspen?
Aspen what?
It's just like Aspen.
Look him up.
He's controversial because one.
Look her up. But before you say anything, I didn't see, because then if I see him, maybe I will know about the controversy. Okay. Or like I would have already seen through like Reddit or whatever. Hold, please.
Holding.
Insert cutting here. Aspen. Wait, I love Aspen.
You're not gonna love him after you hear what he did.
Oh no.
He like got like arrested. Hold on.
He looks like a Sean Cody guy. Especially with that name, like Aspen. You know, the Sean Cody guys' names are like Mike, Aspen, Denver.
Oh yeah. So he did get arrested for child molestation. And so I saw him on the street, because like I obviously like I had
divulge what.
Oh well,
what are the fucking like clauses of the arrest? What's the
who stars in gay adult films, was arrested in DeKalb County earlier this month and charged with child molestation while already facing charges for allegedly kicking in the door of an apartment while drunk. They list his legal name, was arrested February 3rd. This was posted back in 2021, and charged with child molestation according to DeKalb Jail and court records. He was released from jail on February 6th. Charge stems from an incident on December 21st, 2018. According to court records, the police department, the name of the police department I'm not going to say, which filed the arrest warrant for blank, declined to release the incident report or any details of the case. 2 days after being released from jail, he started a GoFundMe, raised $25,000 for legal fees. It included this
$25,000?
Yeah, for legal fees.
Damn, he got support.
Yeah, well, because some gay people, they just think he's hot. He was arrested for criminal trespass, misdemeanor, kicking in a door of an apartment of about 1 a.m. The 3 minutes of the apartment was nude and detaining. Okay.
Because, I'm not defending anybody. I'm not Miss Aspen's defense attorney, but right now, like a lot of in the porn industry, this happens. I mean, going back to Miss Brent Corrigan, like child molestation can involve like him having sent a nude to like an underage person, and that's a big topic of conversation. Like there's like a Lisa Leak documentary for CNN in which. Again, not saying this is what he did. I'm just saying it relates to this story, in which a lot of times, like you can be engaging with somebody that you don't know whose age they are. And like when there's a lot of cases in which parents, because they're upset that their daughter was sent a nude by somebody who was in college and she's still in high school and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Sure. You're not paying attention.
No, because I'm still reading this. I'm still reading the thing about it. And then he also.
It just made me think of that. Okay, whatever. I'm over it.
Okay. Anyway. Oh, that's not him. Okay. Anyway, but no, but I know what you're saying, but also I'm like,
no, I'm just, of course, I'm not saying whatever it is. I mean, obviously,
he has other
transgressions,
other criminal history.
Yeah,
so
if the records were open, it would be interesting to know like what was the case.
The thing, yeah. But anyway, so I saw him on the street and I looked at him and
you were like, "Hottie."
No, I looked at him and I was like, he looks like I yes, he's attractive, but like I saw him
every other fucking gay person.
Sure, and I like saw him and I was like, huh, and I was like, oh, and then I recognized, and then I was like, huh, you're acting real casual out here. Now when you're past,
you like grab your like paintbrushes, you're like, you.
No, I know who you are. I pull up my phone, I go live on Instagram, and I'm like, Predator.
Once again, Nick using his social media for everything
for good,
promotion of
for good,
content.
doing it for good. No, but that was crazy. And then I went to Blick, and then I got pens. And then the guy who was working behind the counter at the Blick that I went to was literally my man of my dreams. And then they were calling me up in line. There was a woman in front of me in line, and it was actually really busy at Blick. It was so busy, and so there was three cashiers. And someone had asked the guy that I was deeply in love with, like to check the price of something, so he stepped out from behind the desk or whatever and then went downstairs. And then I was like, oh my god, I hope he comes back by the time that I have to check out. And there was a woman in front of me or whatever, and she was next up, and then she like stopped and she looked at me and she goes, actually, do you want to go ahead of me? And I was like, I guess. And so then I went to somebody else. Wow. And then they were like, they just rang me up and they're like, oh, are you a member? And I'm like, yeah.
Oh, you are?
I am. You have good deals, girl.
Wow, great town hall. That was your town hall, your 10-second town hall.
I saw a controversial figure. And then also crashing the computer made me think of I never crashed the computer, but did we talk about this? Did we talk about this on the pod before about me playing Second Life?
I gotta go.
You never have you ever?
Well, we can say that because we only have like 10 more minutes left.
Oh.
You were on Second Life. I remember the episode of MTV's True Life in which people were like, I'm on Second Life. And honestly, it tracks the kind of person that was on Second Life. You were one of them who like were socially awkward and fucking real life. You were like, Second Life's for me.
No. Well, I mostly used it to get dick pics from dudes.
Which, going back to fucking like child molestation and underage, how old were you when you were getting fucking dick pics?
I was in middle school.
Yes, girl. I was pretending
grown-ass man. I was pretending to be Christina Hendricks.
Well, that's
Wait, I have to get into it because it's really kind of funny. So basically, it was over the summer. I was bored. Like my parents both were at work. I had nothing to do. And the family desktop, like both my older sister. I don't know what my older sister, she would be hanging out with friends or whatever, or I think maybe she had her job or something. I can't remember. And then my younger sister would be outside playing with like the neighborhood kids. So like I would be bored as fuck. So, and I was like a horny kid. And so I downloaded Second Life onto the family computer secretly. Like I did like all these things to like make sure it was like hidden from the desktop, like no one could find it or whatever. And because I had like seen online that like you could fuck like in the game, like in like the whatever the alternative reality. And so I was a woman. I was like my girl, we were titted out. I was like giving fit. It was incredible. And so how it works, I don't know if it's still operating or whatever, but it's like basically you can just go from like these different venues and stuff and like chat with people, and like there's different like things.
It's like Sims but social.
It's like Sims but social. And so and you need like, you have to use real money to like pay for, to get like the credits for things to buy within the game or whatever. And so I would go to all the, like the really hypersexual, like 18 plus, like locations. And so then I'd like find like these really hot, like dudes, like their avatars were really hot. And I'd be like, hey, cause like you can match them directly or whatever. And there was this one guy, oh girl, it was bad. So he was like a daddy. He kind of looked like Adam Russo. Like he sent me his photos. I found him on Facebook. Like he gave me his full legal name and like everything. And so I made up a whole lie. And he was like, I want to see more of you. I just like Googled like woman. The first thing that popped up was a picture of Christina Hendricks.
Woman, who is woman?
I know, and I was like, okay, that works. So I saved a bunch of photos. I found like her photos. I sent a bunch of photos, whatever. And then he like would ask for nudes. So I just Googled like boobs. And then I would like get like save it or whatever, and then immediately delete out the family computer, and then I'd be like pussy, with like a picture of vagina, whatever. They all looked like they were not from the same person. Yeah. But the guy would be like, "Fuck, babe, you're so sexy. I want to fuck you so bad." Would send me so much money, like in the game, to like buy clothes and stuff, and I was like, yeah, daddy, buy me more clothes. He's
you
like,
know, he was some like 600-pound like pervert fucking.
No, he wasn't. No, because he gave me his he gave me his name, and I found him on Facebook.
Girl, you're so naive. He was just giving you like the photo of somebody else that he saw the photos on Facebook from.
No, because girl, if you were gonna catfish, you'd want to catfish to someone hotter. He was attracted. Like I found him attractive.
Well, yeah, Nick showed me somebody that he wants to fuck yesterday, and I was like, oh, okay.
No, but he like, if you were gonna catfish to like get women, you would not be using his photos. Like that's like something like a rot gay person would be into, i.e. me. And so I was like, yeah, daddy. And so I would scam so many men. I got pregnant so many times in that game.
Wow.
Because whatever, and I'd be like, I'm having your baby, and they'd be like, abort it, and I'd be like, no, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep your baby. I did get the abortion. Wow. I was kind of forced into it.
And that was, when Roe v. Wade was fucking law of the land.
No, and then I got in trouble. And then I got in trouble. So I was doing that Second Life thing for basically the whole summer, not getting clocked. Like my parents like didn't know, because I wasn't allowed to download anything onto the computer without my parents knowing, obviously, because like it was their computer and like they used it too.
That's crazy.
So did you ever use IMVU?
Oh my god.
So that was, so I did that too, because I was like, oh, that's like, these bitches are like the Second Life girls, but on moans. Like they said estrogen shot times 100. Like we're gonna be cunty as hell. So then I was on there and I was doing that. I downloaded it for maybe like a week or something. My mom had a family friend over. They needed to look something up on the computer. They were like, went into the little search bar. It pops up. Obviously my avatar pops up and she's slutty as fuck. It's basically like just like nips out, like pussy out, like basically wearing nothing. And like my name was like Spicy Lulu or something.
Oh my god.
And my mom was like, what is this? And I literally was like, like when gay people are like try to act like the gay porn on the family computer's a virus. I was like, it was a virus. I don't know. I was like, something bad must have happened.
I was crying.
Yeah, and my mom was like, they never figured it out. But now they know.
Well, now we're going to send this clip to her.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, girl, I was trying to get money in the real world, but none of them wanted to send it. They only wanted to send those in-game credits.
Well.
So anyway.
Wow, your alternative life story. Thank you for sharing. That's very brave.
Thank you. To those men that I scammed, I'm so sorry. I made a whole email for them to like reach out to me. I'm like, yeah, like I'll give you my email, like reach out to me, like whenever, like outside of this and whatnot. And they would, and I felt so bad and so guilty because the one guy who was giving me the money, who was also like hot, but like kind of like he gave like truck driver vibes. he wanted to hang out in the real world, and I was
scary.
And I was like, no. And I felt kind of guilty because he was telling me all about his recent divorce and all these things that he was going through. So he was really sad and lonely. And I was like, show me that cock.
Anyway, so I guess we're gonna do Pioneers and Trailblazers now because well, I guess just we gotta wrap up. But just to say, anyone, my birthday was last weekend. It was so fun.
Oh my god, we didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, because you're fucking talking about your boring ass fucking alternative life story. Wow, not Nick scamming people for fake money.
The one thing I will say about Peru's birthday, he bit me twice.
Yeah, I did.
And I literally
got the bruise to prove it. Yeah, if you can see here, everyone townspeople.
It's bright yellow now.
It's bright yellow now.
She's healing because as I was leaving the second location after the first stop, which was where the main party was at the Exley, I was saying goodbye to Peru. He first of all bites my cheek, and I was like, babe, no, what are you doing? And then you were like so drunk, and then I was like, okay, making my round, saying goodbye to everybody, and then I'm like, okay, bye. He locks onto my arm with his teeth through my leather coat. Is how I got this bruise. Mm-hmm. And he just is like biting, and like a dog, it's like refuses to let go. And I'm like, Peru, let go of me. I'm leaving. And you were like, hey. And
okay, we're supposed to make rabbit noises.
Girl, you were. You don't remember, but you did.
Well, I'm so glad that I became my truest self, which is a bitch, literally. And it was so fun. I did lose a camcorder, which is really unfortunate because all the fun footage from the fucking night is there. But I guess it's better that it's not found because it was a night to perhaps not remember. No, but it was really fun. But I just wanted to say thanks for all the townspeople and friends of the pod that came and hung out. It was a really good time. And I guess that ties into like my pioneer because it's just how we know what a fun time I had over the weekend. It was fun. And also I want to shout out a couple shout outs for this week, which one of them is my like Segway pioneer. First of all, shout out to at Nepo Baby Wannabe. Hey Queefers, literally in love with the podcast. It always brightens my day whenever I'm feeling down. Not sure if you have any townspeople from Singapore, but I am one of them.
Yeah,
first Singapore townsperson. Stay healthy and beautiful. I am always rooting for you both. Thank you so much.
That's so sweet.
So is Queefers, I love that. I think
hey,
Queefers is a good contender for townspeople if townspeople ends up. No, townspeople is a thing now. But
yeah, townspeople is the thing.
AKA Queefers.
We need to get t-shirts to just say townsperson.
Of course, townsperson. And then my other pioneer, besides everyone who came out for my birthday, is Marcus. It's a townsperson, Marcus from Instagram, who sent me a video to the Pioneers and Trailblazers account of the latest song that I'm obsessed with by a group called, it's a new K-pop group called Elite. I don't know how to pronounce it. I need to Google it. But it's ILLIT or ILIT, and they have their debut song called Magnetic, which I have not stopped talking about. And it's about like finding a boy that you want is magnetic for you because it's just like, let me tell you so much. And I love the choreography. It's really fun. But he sent me a video of this like woman who's clearly a K-pop stan just like dancing to the song. That's really how I envision myself dancing to Magnetic alone in my room when I'm just like,
that's what I thought you looked like too.
Shut up. But yeah, those are my pioneers. Thank you for watching and knowing what kind of content I like.
Yeah, my trailblazer for the week would be the fiber supplements that I ordered in bulk off of Amazon that came last week. The shits have been tight.
Wait, she's getting back.
Wait, literally,
she's coming back.
Well, that's why I'm saying like I've been like really prepared to have sex and whatever. And like the last thing that I like in my horny journey, I was like, okay, well we're on prep, like whatever, we're working out, we're feeling cute, like, you know, just being comfortable in our bodies again. And I was like, the last thing that I would really need to do was get back on the fiber. And so I was like, you know what, let me just bite the bullet, spend the $40, get the 2 giant jars of the capsules. And I did.
2 giant jars to your thighs.
I start crying. No, and so then I literally the second day, like I took them the first day, the next day, girl, I took a shit, didn't even need to wipe. That's how good that shit is.
You still should.
Well, obviously I did.
Disgusting.
But it was nothing on there. Girl, she was like so clear.
You should have saved those fucking paper squares.
I did
save them. You know what?
Because I might be having sex tonight, so I did a little douche china before I came over, before my shower. We just did like 2 little run-throughs, clear as fuck. Both times. No rumbles. No rumbles or anything.
Can't wait for your resurgence. Anyway, to anybody, thanks for following. If you haven't done so already, please follow us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts at Pioneers and Trailblazers. If you want to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which also helps, please do so at Pioneers and Trailblazers as well. Comment, leave a review if you haven't done so. Subscribe. A lot of you, I'm sure, have been listening but have just forgotten to subscribe on Spotify or YouTube or Apple Podcasts. Just do so. It really helps us out with our metrics because we're starting to reach out to peeps just to trying to grow this town. We're trying to make more things better and accessible for you.
We're trying to increase production quality. We're trying to branch out. We're trying to market.
We literally cannot do it if this doesn't continue growing, so just really help us out to get those numbers up. Follow me at Peru on TikTok and Instagram if you don't do yet. If you live in New York City, my show at Joe's Pub is on Wednesday, May 29th. Please get tickets. They're on my link tree on my account.
You can follow me at Nicholas.Rose on Instagram, ClownfaceBinch on TikTok, or ClownfaceBitch on Twitter. And you can buy tickets to my ass.
Yes, it's a 2-for-1 deal right now. 2-for-1 deal.
Oh! If you buy tickets,
I'm pimping you up, bitch.
If you buy a ticket to my ass, you get a ticket to the show.
Well, crickets. Anyway, see you next week.
Bye.